Like how did that process go?
Well, listen, help in the like the smallest way, right? So
Okay,
there
fair enough.
are two different breweries that have launched here in the past couple years. Three different breweries that have launched here in the past years that were avid homebrewers. So four, I guess I can count four right now. That
Oh, very nice.
are people that were dedicated really into the idea of homebrewing
Hmm.
and needed that next step. So we worked together on grain selection, recipe development, and things that would scale. The big thing that's different, well, it's obvious. Beersmith is the name of that software.
There you
The
go. Yep.
thing that's the thing that's really different on the pro brew side, the most obvious thing is the scale, right? You're making
Oh yeah.
100 gallons of beer versus five or whatever. And it's not a linear difference between your homebrew recipe and your pro brew recipe. We would love if it was. In theory, says it should be, but practically it's not. Your extraction is different. Your efficiency is different with the dedicated vessels for X, Y, and Z, and so on. And the other really big part of homebrewers turn pro that people get caught up in a lot is that you got to make money if you're going to sell beer.
Mm.
And it's not the pretty part, but it's the part you got to think of. And if you are using Dingeman Special B and Simpson's Extra Dark Crystal and all these really expensive grains to make a very good beer, it's awesome, but you're going to have to sell it for like $12 a pint. And
Right.
that's not a workable solution. So figuring out what you can do from a very attainable,
Mm.
lower
Yeah.
cost but still high quality product is a thing that most people just aren't familiar with. I get to
Hmm.
see that world because I live in it and help build those relationships with vendors and whatever else to make it make sense. So I think I am no beer whisperer, and I don't like. I'm certainly not a genius with this, but being
Right.
able to to not be afraid to help people to say, "Hey, I think this works, and here's why. I think this might need some adjustment, and here's why." That's what that means.
Yeah, dude, that's actually that's really cool. Yeah, I've a couple buddies of mine who went pro. I believe they went pro for about 3 years. They unfortunately shut down in November, and it's now up for sale. But their life has kind of taken them like in different directions. One's moving, I think. One got promoted, so life just happens.
Yeah, this is the
Actually,
world. This is the world we live in.
yeah. So like where I live, Northeast Tennessee, I think our population to breweries at one point, I think we had too many breweries, so we saw a lot shut down. Um, and also the trend, I don't feel like we'll call it the younger generations because my son would be that part of the generation. Like not a lot of them are consuming beer. I think more of them are going for the more fruity, tasty, cocktails in the can or cocktails in general and stuff like that. So I think that hurt a lot of people. I think some of the unique trends that we saw come out kind of hurt. I think they were trendy for a reason, but I feel like some breweries went a little overboard. I've seen some breweries get really heavy into sours, thinking that was the new hot thing, and it didn't really stick really well. I'm not a fan of sours, so that's where I kind of come from. I also see people get really heavy into the smoothie IPAs, right? I mean, even though it's a fun style, but if that's all you have, it gets kind of interesting, right?